Hey lovely people, welcome back once again to another exciting episode of Stitches with Collection. I'm Miss Stitches. Today in this video I'm going to share with you how to make this beautiful and easy designed handmade beaded bags. Before we start, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. Let's get started. Materials needed. So you cut your fish line. You make sure it's long enough. You cut it off. We are using 0.70 mm. You make sure you have the ends of the fish line. You pick 4 beads, fix on any side of the fish line, being it's the right side or the left side, fix all 4 beads. And then you cross with the 4th bead using the other side of the fish line. Make sure you have the ends, you pull it out. So one side will be longer than the other. Then we have the first ring done. Going on, you pick 3 beads, fix one on the left fish line, fix one on the right fish line. And then you cross with the 3rd bead using both sides of the fish line. Make sure you have the ends, you pull it out so one side will be longer than the other. And then you have your 2nd ring done. Going on, you pick 3 beads, fix one on each fish line, cross with the 3rd bead using both fish lines. Make sure you have the ends, you pull it out. And then you have your 3rd ring done. So you are going to weave on until you have 13 rings in all, and I'm going to do that off camera with the same method. So we have 12 now, and then with the 13th path on this fish line, you fix 3 beads, cross with the 3rd bead using the other side of the fish line, you pull it out. So you have it turned like this, and then to turn completely on this fish line, you fix 3 beads, cross with the 3rd bead using the other side of the fish line, you pull it out. So you turn completely to weave to the other end. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead, fix 2 beads on the left fish line, cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line, you pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead, fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line, you pull it out. Then you weave on with the same method till you get to the last end. So when you get to the last end, with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. And then on this fish line, you fix 2 beads, cross with the 2nd bead using the other side of the fish line, you pull it out. So you have it turned like this. Then on this fish line, you fix 3 beads, cross with the 3rd bead using the other side of the fish line, you pull it out, and then you go through the next bead. And then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line, you pull it out, and then you go through the next bead. So you are going to weave on with the same method from here to this side, and I'm going to do that off camera. So this is what you should have after you are done, and we are going to continue weaving till we have 13 in all. So we have 13 rows. That is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do that off camera as well. So this is what you should get. We have 13 on this side, we have 13, we have 13, 13. So let me say it's 13 is to 13 here. So we are going to develop this side to make a little design. So with the new fish line, not too long, you go through this first bead here. So it all has equal size, so you just choose one part and then you go through that side, you pull it out. So you have it here, and then on this fish line, you fix 3 beads, cross with the third bead using the other side of the fish line, you pull it out, and then with the right fish line you go through the next bead, fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross with the second bead, you pull it out, and then with the right fish line you go through the next bead. Then on this fish line you fix 2 beads. Then with the same fish line where you fix the bead, you go through this bead here, you pull it out. Then with the right fish line you go through 1 2 3 with 1 2 3. Then with this you go through this bead here. So both fish lines should come out of this bead here. So you have it like this, and then on this fish line you fix 3 beads, cross with the third bead using the other side of the fish line, you pull it out, and then with the right fish line you go through the next bead. And then on this fish line you fix 2 beads, cross with the second bead using the other side of the fish line, you pull it out, and then you have it like this. Then on this fish line you fix 3 beads, and then cross with the third bead, you pull it out. So this is the end, and then we are going to pass the excess fish line through to secure this part of the work, and then repeat the same thing on this side, and I'm going to do that off camera with the same method. So this is what you should get after you are done. This is how it should be looking. And now we are going to fold the base. So 1 2, these 2 beads, you fold it up, and then you have it like this. So this serves as the base of the bag, and now we are going to cover this side. We are going to weave the side here. So with the new fish line, we are starting from this line here, this third line. So you go through this bead, you go through this bead here, this bead, you pull it out. So 1 2 3, the third bead. So you have it like this, and then on this fish line you fix 3 beads, cross with the third bead using the other side of the fish line. Make sure you have the ends, you pull it out, and then with the right fish line you go through the next bead, and then you fix 2 beads on the left fish line, cross with the second bead using the right fish line, you pull it out, and then with the right fish line you go through the next bead, fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross with the second bead using the right fish, and then you weave on with the same method downwards. So when you get to the last end with the right fish line, you go through 1 2, these 2 beads, 1 2, and then you pick 1 bead and cross it both sides of the fish line, you pull it out, and then with the right fish line you go through this bead, you go through the next bead, and then on this fish line you fix 2 beads, cross to the second bead using the right fish line, you pull it out. So you have it turned like this, then you go through the next bead, and then you pick 2 beads again, cross with the second bead, you pull it out, then you go through the next bead. So this is what you should get. These are the sides we are weaving. So we are going to weave one from here to this end with the same method, and I'm going to do that off camera. So this is what you should have after you are done. You should have 2 steps, and we have it done. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side with the same method here. So this is what you should get after you are done. We have the sides nicely made up, and this is the base of the bag. So we are not done yet. We are going to develop the sides, like we're going to add another extension to the sides to make the bag nice. Yeah. So with the new fish line, we are starting from this first bead here. So you go through this first bead, you pull it out, and then on this fish line you fix 3 beads, Cause with the third bead, using the other side of the fish line, make sure you have the ends, you pull it out, and then with the right fish line you go through the next bead. Then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line. Cause the second bead, using the right fish line, you pull it out. Then with the right fish line you go through the next bead. And then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line. Cross with the second bead, using the right fish line you pull it out, and then you weave on with the same method. And then you pull it out. So this is what you should have. This is the extension I was talking of. As you can see, we have one more line added to it, and then you part your excess fish line shoe from this part. Then you repeat the same thing to this end on this other side, and I'm going to do that off camera. So we have both sides extended, and this is what you should have. So this is the design for one side of the bag, and I made the same thing offline, the same size, the same shape. Also has extensions on the side. I'm going to join it together to form the body of the bag. So with the new fish line, these are the sides we are going to join up. So you go through this first bead here, you pull it out, and then on this fish line you fix 1 bead. Then with that same fish line where you fix the bead, you go through the first bead on the other side of the bag, you pull it out, so you have the bead in the middle of both sides, and then you pick 1 bead and cross it both sides of the fish line. Make sure you have the ends, you pull it out, so one side will be longer than the other. Then with the right fish line you go through the next bead, with the left fish line you go through the next bead. And then you pick 1 bead again and cross it both sides of the fish line, you pull it out and make sure it's very tight. Then with the right fish line you go through the next bead, with the left fish line you go through the next bead. And then you pick 1 bead again, cross it both sides of the fish line, make sure you pull it very tight, and then you go through the next bead with both fish lines, and then you weave on with the same method. So when you get to this side, you fix 1 bead, and that bead should be pink, and then you pull it out. So at the base of this part, with the right fish line you go through this bead, with the left fish line you go through this bead, because we have to cover this side of the bag. And then you pick 1 bead and cross it both sides of the fish line, you pull it out, so we have that side covered up. And then with the right fish line you go through 1, 2, 3, you go through 1, 2, 3. Then with the left fish line go through 1, 2, 3. So both fish lines should come out from these beads here. And then you pick 1 bead again and cross it both sides of the fish line, you pull it out, and then with the right fish line you go through the next bead, the left fish line go through the next bead, then you weave on with the same method. So as you can see, we have the side nicely joining up, we have a shape coming out beautifully. So we are going to weave on from here, from this side to the top end here with the same method, and I'm going to do that off camera. So this is what we have after we are done joining the sides together. And as you can see, I covered both sides of the base, and we have our bag. So we have our full bag now here, and we are going to fix a handle for the bag. So I made this handle offline. I have a video of how to make this handle, but this time it's a square shaped handle. So I use this bag rings to attach the handle, and that is what's going to clip both the bag and the handle together. So we're going to attach it on this side of the bag to make it complete. So on the middle bead here, that is where we're going to attach the handle on both sides. So this is what you get after you are done attaching your handle to the bag, and this is coming out so nice. I didn't expect this though. We are done with our easy designed handmade beaded bag, looking so cute and beautiful. This is just right for my pink lovers, suitable for all your occasions, and it's going to match all your outfits because you have a little touch of gold in it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more and more of my tutorials. Make sure to comment and share as well. Stay safe. See you in my next video. Have a nice day and bye.